Yo, what's good my fellow deadheads? Your overlord has returned with yet another Kaiju number 8 video. And guys, today I just want to talk about my thoughts on the maintenance update for October 1st. And all in all, how is this maintenance? How does it stack up? You know, how is it that they dropped two characters? This is going to be a reaction to a lot of different things. But yes, I want to talk about everything that has come with this update, that from the Steam version to the story to new game modes, new whatever, and decisions that they have made. But if you guys do enjoy these videos, and let me do something a little special for you. I did just re-up my monthly, Defense Force Pass, and I also got the monthly ticket pack. So if you guys do enjoy videos like this, y'all can go down below. Y'all can leave a like. Y'all can hit the subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can get notified every single time the dead man decides to glide. Because sometimes the dead man likes to start off his videos with summons to go ahead and just get y'all nice and cozy, nice and comfy, and then we can talk about everything that's going on. But this is, I guess, also you can comment down below and let me know what you want to know. But I guess we could kind of start about talking about one of my points here. One thing that I think is absolutely insane, absolutely they're out of their mind for this, is they dropped two different characters at the same exact time, and I haven't even actually looked at the pickup details to see like who else is in this banner with these characters. But I have already done a few summons. I did them on stream last night. You can go check out the VOD for that. But let's see appearance rate and history. I want to see who and all is on this banner here. Okay, appearance rates. Let's see. So Kikuru is in here with her weapon, of course. All the old characters are in here. Reno is in here. Sagan is not in here, even though this is a festival banner. A bit unfortunate. Those are all the 5-star weapons up there. Yeah, so it looks like it just has Reno in here, but no no Sagan, so that's very unfortunate. But guys, I will say, even though they dropped two banners at the same time, and that is just absolutely insane. No matter what, that is not acceptable, I don't think, right? Because Chester is a supporter, and Kikuru is, in my opinion, from reading her kit a little bit, seems like the best new DPS. But what is being the best new DPS really matter when you have 5 of the DPSs directly below you in the ranking, and they're all still very good. It's not like this Kikuru came out and then every other DPS became obsolete. The only reason why I think she's like the best DPS right now is because like everything is very speed based in this game. You will start to notice. That's why I hype this man Hoshina so much, the 4-star Hoshina. And she is somebody who starts off the battle with her ultimate and gives defense down to enemies in this AoE, I believe, or its blast. And she also can give herself an attack boost when she does her ultimate, I think. And that's all without like any ascension passes or anything like that. But I just want to say, before we hit these summons, first thing is, guys, I understand now that everybody is not liking how the characters are releasing in the game. And what I will say is, if you really look at things for what they are, what I believe they are doing is they are literally just padding the roster of the game right now. Like, the fact that they just dropped Chester and another game original character that had to be completely created in game, and it's somebody like Kikuru. Kikuru is a hype character if you ask me. The fact that they dropped both of these characters at the same time, like they have resources, like they have the options, tells me that they have a lot planned. Either they have a lot planned, or this is just the biggest cash grab of all time. But I mean, I don't think you need most of these characters, honestly. I still stand on that. I did the first battle area, and yes, the last stage of the first battle area is actually pretty difficult, but my Kaiju number 8 skills are not all level 10, you know what I'm saying? I don't have all his skills worked on to that degree, so if I had his skills worked on a little bit more, would it be a little bit easier? I don't know, but I still think that there are options outside of the premium characters that you can use for the contents that are out right now, and I still will be working to make those videos. But I do just want to pick up these new characters as well and see how they perform too, so it's going to be kind of like a split focus. But guys, we're not doing like a bunch of summons. We're just going to do like 3 summons real quick, and then we're going to go away from the banners and then talk about the other things that have been added in on this update. But I will say again, I do very much commend the pity system, because if you have enough points, you can pretty much pick up, like as of right now, since I have enough points, since I put in the work and summoned before this stuff got here, I have the capability right now to pick up a copy of Kikuru and a copy of her weapon, literally if I wanted to right now. I already have Chester. I summoned on Chester first, and I got him in like the first rotation of 4 multis that I did. But that is another thing about the banner. I do absolutely love that they added in the get 3 multis and then you get 1 free, or do free 3 multis and then you get the 4th one for free. I very much like that they added that. That is literally taken out of the book from Dokkan, but they only do that in Dokkan for special celebrations, right? These two are a festival, and I guess they're special because this is the Steam release. I don't imagine that every single character from this point on is going to be coming out in pairs, right? That was kind of like how Black Clover Mobile was, and they didn't start out that way, so I think that it's still a little bit better than Black Clover Mobile. And they also do have the chance to to go back down to one character. But it seems like they really just wanted to hype it up, and it sucks though, because the content that they gave us was not sufficient for giving us summons for this banner. That is the first point that I want to talk about, really, everything I just said. And I know that people are sitting here like fuming in their seats because they don't have enough to summon for both of these characters. If you guys want to know who I think you should summon for, it's probably going to be Chester, just because he's the only 5-star support in the game, and his support is actually really insane. I do want to use him and, well, I got to use Kikudu in the first place, but I want to use him and Kikudu and just get a better read on him. But so far from what I've used for him, he has really good buffs. I don't have any uniparts on him, so the stage I was using him in, he did die eventually when I got high enough into the levels. But rip for this man, Hoshina. I am so sad for Hoshina, because this man got cemented in between all of these different characters, and even at the point that we got the new cycle over, this man's not even boosted in anything. So people who summon for him aren't lacking. Like, he is definitely an incredible unit with incredible damage, but it's just like, dang, man. I thought that we were going to get one character today or yesterday, whatever, and it was going to be Hoshina and that new character, you know, ripping the game up. But it's these two, and Hoshina's just kind of sitting in a weird space, and he's literally only released because of the anime. But we're going to do these summons now. We're going to get on to the next part of the video. Guys, all I need to do is pick up a copy of Kikudu or her weapon, and I am actually pretty solid. I'm chilling on the banners. I don't need to go back into them or anything for that reason, and then I'm just going to start saving towards the next thing. Now, the game does look incredible on the Steam version, and it does run very fluidly, but the issue is sometimes there are little like breaks and tears in the screen. But we're going to go ahead and just pop right into our second multi with a 5-star right here, because it's always a 5-star. Chat, y'all gotta be mad at me at this point for doing that. It's always a 5-star on the second multi, as I call it, every single time. But we're gonna go ahead and pop into the second multi here. Yes, as long as I think that my plan from this point on, guys, is to just get every character and their weapon at least once, and then save the bulk of my cubes for the most part, because whoever comes out in the future, I can just whenever we get like a really crazy banner, I guess I want to wait until the 6-month period of this game and see what they do as like a 6-month half-year anniversary. Those are Esau's gauntlets, nothing crazy at all. But I want to see what they do for like a half-year anniversary, and then after we see what they do for like a half-year anniversary, 5-star, after we see what they do for a half-year anniversary, then I'd have a better idea of how crazy are the major celebrations going to be. Then I would know whether I want to actually save up for these big celebrations or not. But we just got our free multi, so let's go ahead and get this 5-star. Let's go ahead and get this Kikudu on our free multi real quick, because it is time. It's time to pick up Kikudu or her weapon. I don't care which one it is, because literally either one you give me I can work with. Oh my gosh, dude, what are these animations right now? What are these rates right now? I'm not doing a single ticket. That's absolutely disgusting. The dead man does not move that way. But yes, that's it for the summon portion of the video. Now let's get over to the main screen and talk about everything that they have added. So first, they did add a new chapter of story mode, which, I mean, nothing really too crazy. You can't really complain about it either, though. I mean, story mode is as simple as it gets. It's the simplest game mode that we have in the game. Costs no stamina. It'd feel better if there was a lot more, you know, things behind story mode that didn't cost stamina, just like story mode. But I mean, like, we get what we get for now. They're gonna work on it. They're gonna improve it. But they did actually add a new game mode on top of story mode called Hex Battle. I'm gonna do a separate video going over Hex Battle, but Hex Battle's cool, I guess. It's not hard at all. It's not really difficult. You can switch in between them, right? And then you can see that there's a bunch of missions here. So over the duration of the entire Hex Battle being out, there are different missions that you can do to get different rewards. You can see here that some of the missions are logging in for a certain number of days. Then you got other missions like obtain unit materials, but for the armored type kaiju specifically. So if you farm that new stage, and if you beat the new Hanju neutralization stage, then you'll get some more rewards for that. And look, I literally went through the trouble of beating all of the stages before all of this even came out, and they couldn't even give me the credit for beating the stages, even though I've already beaten them. So stupid. Clear score battle normal 2 times, 2 times, 3 times, 5 times. 5 times like it gives you a summon ticket. So I'm just now looking at some of these rewards myself. Obtain a score of 250,000 or more in score battle on normal. I auto battle all this stuff, so I could probably just go in and just do it myself and get all these score battle missions, but just a bunch of credits down here. But yes, it is literally just like while the story mode is out, do all these extra things around story mode, and we'll give you some extra rewards for doing it, right? But mainly they want you to interact with this game mode right here. Like I said, I kind of just jumped in this and literally auto battled it. What's the highest I got? I got 242. 666 instead of 250,000. That's a bit unfortunate. This one was 250,000 easily. This one was 275,000 easily. So this one I got to push a little bit harder and get a few more points on. Even though I got to ask, they want me to get 8,000 more, or how many more points? Yeah, 8,000 more points to get the actual reward. Is a little crazy in my opinion, but yes, we did get a hex battle. Like I said, not too intense. You literally just go in and fight these bosses, and it's the same boss, I'm pretty sure. Variants of the same boss, because that's the boss like little, and then that's the boss with a little more detail to it and some mobs, but it summons the mobs. Then that's the boss even bigger with bigger mobs, right? All level 100. But yes, hex battle is it's whatever. I'll like I said, do a separate video going over it. But also I'm kind of just looking at it like, yeah, man, this really isn't much for us to get summons out. And the point that I'm at is, again, I think that they have a lot planned for the game. But I also feel like they are dropping all these things and just trying to fill their roster out right now in the game at the same time. So it feels like honestly most of these characters are going to be skip worthy. Like even Chester, you can maybe argue you can skip him, but I think his buffs are really crazy. But if you wanted to skip him, you could probably argue you can skip him. You could argue skipping anybody in any gacha game ever, because at the end of the day, you don't even really got to be playing the gacha game in the first place. But I think that Chester is the one you should be summoning for if you're going to summon for anybody out of all these characters. Kikuru is looks fun, but she just looks fun. That's just where it is, you know. I'm not gonna give any other indicators saying that you should be summoning for her. But what else do we get? We got Fierce Battle Area, Fury of Inheritance, and chat, I will tell you, I did stage 14. I left it on auto battle and almost didn't 3-star it. But when I come here and look at stage 15, I was in stage 15 this morning, and my characters who were like level 90 were getting hit really hard, were nearly dying. I'm not gonna lie. This game mode is the first time I feel like I've really been met with a game mode that has given me some real resistance. Like the first battle area, the regular one, the Tachikawa base one, where you fight Kaiju number 10 at the end, the regular permanent one, that one seemed like it was a lot of difficulty to it, but that was just because I was on my free-to-play grind, and I just did not have enough resources to grind out everything to the degree that I wanted to. But as soon as I got to a point where I could grind out everything to a degree that I wanted to, the fight was absolutely easy. I could just auto-battle the last stage at this point. This one is not necessarily like that. Let's take a look at this boss and see why that is. The boss has a resistance to stun, but let's take a look. The boss has one AoE, has a single target, and I feel like the boss has some attacks that get stronger every time they do it, or maybe they just buff so much that every time that they get back around to doing that skill, they have another buff that's permanent or something. Deals blunt damage to a single character and then adjacent. So AoE attack and a blast attack with a single target attack, another single target attack that has a high chance to defense debuff that attack for 2 turns. Then also they regenerate their shoulder section. So I don't know if that regenerate is them getting more. I don't know if that regenerate is them getting more HP or if it's just them resummoning their mobs. But either way, it is really annoying to deal with because the mobs have extra little damage that they're doing to eat away at your enemy. At you. Look. Resistant to stun, taunt, poison, wind bite, freeze, burn, shock, and soaked. They are resistant to all of that stuff. So it is very hard to lock these 2 side mobs down. But he is just resistant to stun. What are their skills? It doesn't even show, yeah, it doesn't even show their skills. But still, man, this fight is actually kind of difficult. Like, I was doing this, and I was auto-battling, but I'm used to being able to auto-battle everything. But yeah, I gotta get Chester some unit parts for sure so I can bring him back in here. I feel like once I use Chester, it'll be really easy, but I can already tell that I'm gonna have a lot of fun trying to think up some teams that can absolutely beat this, because I feel like now at this point, that first fight doesn't hit too hard. The first fight is pretty easy, especially when I have, you know, number 10 Hoshina in there with this Hoshina beside him. But I feel like this fight is going to require, I feel like I'm going to need like I don't know. Like, dude, this fight's pretty difficult. That's all I really can say. Like, it's obviously, you know, I put Kaiju number 8, I put Sagan in there. That's already going to get me halfway to what I need. Probably not Isao, but probably like Akari for the heals. And then maybe I'd still try to use Reno, but then I got to find somebody to replace Akari in the first team. So it's just like, I'm already sitting here. Like, I would say that this update is somewhat a success because everything I cannot just auto battle through. Something in the game has hit me with a wall of resistance that I had to go go, I noticed this difficulty and I need to change my actions. I need to change what I am doing to try and beat this, right? So I do definitely enjoy this first battle area. This one feels like a little bit of a challenge. The buff is Fury of Inheritance, and it's buffing the new Kikuru and the new Chester. And also, guys, I already know this is kind of obvious because they did this with Sagan, but yeah, they're not afraid to just throw in a brand new weapon at a moment's notice. So be careful in the future with these Chester units, because Chester is a little ore farmer, and I feel like he's going to be kind of hype every time he comes out, or I feel like they're going to really try to build a hype around him, and he can use any kind of weapon. They said he can use close range weapons, long range weapons, whatever weapons you can think of. So I'm glad that we got him in the game. His first variant is just a shooter, which kind of sucks in my opinion. He hasn't done anything with any elements yet, but maybe that could be something that develops later on in the story. But yes, Kikuru and Chester are going to be the ones who are buffed here. And let's see. For each debuff already applied to the Kaiju, this unit's damage dealt plus 30% and crit damage plus 15% to that Kaiju. Max damage dealt plus 90% and crit damage plus 45%. After activating, so that's for Kikuru, obviously, because Kikuru is a debuffer. She debuffs with her ultimate, actually. And when Kikuru comes to the battle, if she's max level, she starts off with plus 300 ultimate gauge. So she can automatically ult when she comes to the battle. After activating ultimate, all allies attack plus 4%, and max stacks 15, and effect hit rate plus 20%. Now that's also for Chester too, because Chester also has a very good buff on his ultimate. His ultimate and his SP skill are a buff, but for the most part, I'm pretty sure you want to use Chester's normal skill. His normal skill is more of a priority for him because his gun has an effect that gives him and the team a buff whenever he does a normal skill as opposed to his SP skill. So not SP hungry is very good. I did find it a little bit irritating sometimes that I had to manage the resourcefulness in a pinch buff by managing the SP that this man Hoshina had at the time, but even still, he's an excellent buffer. But I think this man Chester might have just dethroned him as the king. But yes, what else did we get? I mean, Chad, the only thing I can think of that they added is literally the armor type Hanju neutralization, and then the armored type Kaiju gear dungeon. But I mean, I can't front of you, I literally already covered those in a different video, literally did the hardest stage of it on another video. So I mean, like I said, they did not really add much to this update, and honestly, I feel like this is really just them trying to pad the roster out. I would say really hang on to your crystals up until the half anniversary, because I feel like the half anniversary kind of shows you how hard they're really willing to go for the game, right? They can BS all around if that they want to, all other parts of the year. And also, this is the Steam release. This is like kind of like everybody finally getting access to the game like all together. So I feel like everybody is just kind of getting a lot of Steam players are getting their feet wet and everything. And even though we as players do want to see more improvements, yes, I guess they're going to see what the Steam players think at a base level about the game. But I can't front of you, I know the Steam players are going to think this is kind of like whatever, because what extra do the Steam players have to interact with besides what I have to interact with that's going to make them think the game is so much funner? Oh, they get to do the raid battle against against Kaiju number 2, which honestly, we have already done most of the work for that. So they're just going to go into the raid battle a few times, see big damage, big numbers, and go, yo, this is fire. And then go into a bunch of other stages and see those characters not hit those same numbers and go, they kind of suck now, right? Why is that? So that's one thing that they can interact with, but it's going to misconstrue their view on certain characters, I believe. They can also come and mess with this fierce battle area, but I mean, like, once you have the units for this, you got the units for this, and it's easy, and the rewards for this are very good, but still, I don't think there's really much they added here, but we are getting the large conquest battle on the 9th of October, and I feel like on the 9th, they'll probably add in something else with that. I'm not sure. Hopefully not a new character, bro. We don't need any more characters right now. Like, even me who's like, yo, I don't care about the release of characters. I understand that you're just padding the roster. Even me right now, who is willing to pick up every character just to chill on them, I'm kind of like, yo, let's take it easy a little bit. Let's calm it down, because like you just dropped 2 characters in one sitting. Like y'all had me all week. Y'all had me all week speculating that it was going to be Chester, and then at the last moment, you drop a little teaser for Kikuru as well, and then I'm like, okay, so it's not Chester, it's Kikuru, and then y'all said, nah, it's both of them. I'm just like, yo, that's absolutely insane, and I'm glad I got Chester early, but now I'm over here looking like, dang, Kikuru's not coming as early, not coming as easy, so I'm just like, why did y'all do this? Why did y'all even think that was okay? I don't know. I think that they're a bunch of psychopaths at Akatsuki, but we all know that. We've seen the other games that they run, but yeah. The update is pretty mid, and guys, mid isn't bad. Mid is average. This is just like some average stuff. There was some good, there was some bad. there was some uselessness, it'd be like that. But nonetheless, these characters are all just filler, are all just roster. If you want to summon for one of them, please just pick up Chester and control yourself and hold on to the rest of your cubes. But I am gonna just summon for Kikuru until I get one copy of her, and then I'll probably just buy her weapon or summon for her weapon and buy her. Either way, the shit's gotta go. I don't really care that much. But yeah, I'm just gonna be on that pick up one character, because a lot of people sell themselves on getting the extra dupes of a character or try to chase dupes because they sell themselves on the Ascension passives. And I'm like, dude, the Ascension passives look super nice, right? But all the Ascension passives are really there for, not only to make the character better, but all the Ascension passives are really there for are to make you foam at the mouth and make you super excited and make you want to summon for the character faster than you really need to. Because when you think about the fact that this is a gacha game, this is just a giant slot machine, and honestly, the characters that are out right now are going to come back at a later date on a different banner that's going to have better stuff altogether. So if you go onto that banner and fail to pull what you want, you still didn't fail as hard, because there's 26 units in the game right now. There was 24, whatever Hoshina dropped. Now there's 26, I believe. Yes, there's 26 units in the game right now, and you're summoning for two different characters who are brand new, with a pool of not 26 other characters behind them, but like because Sagan's not on those banners and Hoshina's not on those banners. So with a roster of like 23 other characters behind them on the banner, right? You're gonna tell me you're gonna summon for that when you could wait until like 6 months in or a year in, summon for like a character who is absolutely gonna run the game for an entire year straight, if not even more so, and also pick up all these other units that you were so stressed out to pick up. Like, bro, the units are gonna come back and it's gonna be okay. And it sounds like I'm just saying that from my perspective because I'm gonna pick up all the units, but I mean, like, yo, like, even if I wasn't picking up all the units, I'd still have the understanding they're all going to come back anyway. I just have a job to do. I have tasks to complete. I have characters to work on here. I have videos to make for y'all. And honestly, even though I'm not maxing out every single character, whoever said that I was doing that in the first place when I was playing this Kaiju? I'm maxing out every character in the sense of doing all the free-to-play stuff I can do for them, Uniparts, not weapons aren't free-to-play, Uniparts, level, skills, and stuff like that, yes. But when it comes to anything else beyond that, I am not really obligated to do any of that stuff. I'm not obligated to give them my money just to get all this extra dupes and whatnot, because the dupes do look good. But a character should be good at base level. A character shouldn't be good because you got 500 dupes of them. A character should be good because they're good, right? It shouldn't be like, if you spend a little bit more money though, they're like, it's like, no. It should be, this character's good because this character is good, and if you want to spend that money, you can make them better. But guys, again, the update is mid. It's not bad, but it's not great. They have a lot of work to do, but at the very least, it is reassuring to know that, one, this is finally on the Steam version, and it turned out wonderfully. It runs so fast, so beautifully. I love it. I can't complain about that regardless of anything else that I have said. But also, another thing to consider is the fact that we do have something else coming on October the 9th that they already did let us know about, and I feel like on the way leading up to October the 9th, they're going to also show us a little bit more information on that thing specifically, but also give us something else extra to look forward to. There we go. And if there's anything else that I say they really could have done to make this a tiny bit better, they could have either added more floors to the permanent fierce battle area, like a tower mode, or they could have given us the hex battle on all of the prior chapters, like chapters 1 through 3 as well, because there's not that hex battle. If it obviously is an extra game mode, and it's a good thing that we have it, it's something extra for us to do, but it feels pretty useless because it takes me like an extra 5 seconds to do. But guys, if you did enjoy this video and you have any more thoughts about what this any more thoughts about what this update is, then you can go down below and leave a comment on the video and let me know what you think. It looks like I need to do some tier list here, because we finally have a supporter to shake up things, and we finally have a a new attacker, not to shake up things, but like a new attacker's here. So we will go over them nonetheless. But if you guys did enjoy the video, go down below, leave a like on the video, hit the notification bell every time you subscribe so you can get notified every single time Deadman decides to hit the Kaiju glide, and you can comment down below and let me know what you want to know. But remember what, chat? You don't need all these characters, and the Deadman loves you. Peace.